Premier League Arsenal vs Wolverhampton Wanderers, prediction, team news, lineups preview. Premier League football makes its long-awaited return to Emirates Stadium soil on Saturday afternoon, when Arsenal pit their wits against Wolverhampton Wanderers on matchday 1. As the Gunners begin their latest quest to kick Manchester City off of their throne, Gary O'Neill's men have top-half aspirations in mind for 2024-25. Match preview. A couple of months before Mikel Arteta's native Spain won the gold medal in the 2024 Olympics men's football tournament, the Arsenal boss once again had to settle for silver in the Premier League, as the Gunners failed to end 2 decades of top-flight hurt since the Invincibles of 2003 to 2004. However, while their title fight tailed off towards the end of the 2022-23 campaign, the Gunners were still in with a chance, albeit a wafer-thin chance, of pipping Man City to the post on the final day, but a hard-fought 2-1 win over Everton ultimately went unrewarded. Arteta's Arsenal can no doubt be described as going from strength to strength, though, and there were only 2 blots on the Gunners' notebook in pre-season: a penalty shootout loss to Manchester United, whom they beat in 90 minutes, and a narrow defeat to Liverpool. The Gunners have already competed in 2 Emirates bouts this month, teaching German Invincibles Bayer Leverkusen a lesson in a 4-1 romping before beating Lyon 2-0 in the latest edition of the Emirates Cup, their 5th successive competitive or non-competitive win at their North London home. Not since a controversial 3-1 loss to Aston Villa in 2013 have Arsenal commenced a Premier League season at 3 p.m. on a Saturday. But it has been 45 years since the Gunners last failed to score in a competitive showdown with Wolves, who have conceded to their capital counterparts in 33 games running. That sensational sequence unsurprisingly represents both Arsenal's longest scoring streak against a single opponent and Wolves' longest run without a clean sheet against a particular side. And the Old Gold faithful may travel south in more hope than expectation this weekend. After hovering close to danger in the first knockings of the 2023-24 campaign, Wolves established themselves as a solid mid-table outfit under O'Neill and even threatened a top 10 charge in the spring months, only for a dismal set of end-of-season results to plunge them down to 14th spot. 5 of Wolves' final 6 top-flight contests last term ended with O'Neill's side coming up second best, including each of their final 3, but they returned to top-flight duty with a respectable 66% success rate from 6 preseason friendlies, including an exceptional 3-0 beating of RB Leipzig. That emphatic win was sandwiched in between losses to Crystal Palace 3-1 and Rayo Vallecano 1-0, though, and they have also lost their Premier League opener in each of the last 3 seasons. A 4th on the spin this weekend would represent an unwanted club first. Speaking of unsightly sequences, Wolves are out to avoid a 7th straight loss against the Gunners this weekend and have not won at the Emirates since November 2020. In a contest that was marred by the stomach-churning head collision between David Luiz and Raul Jimenez. Team news. While neither Kieran Tierney hamstring nor Takahiro Tomiyasu knee will be ready for Arsenal's Premier League opener, Arteta is keeping his fingers crossed that Jurrien Timber, who tore his ACL on the opening weekend last year, will shake off a foot issue to feature. The Dutchman is one of a few left-back options for the Gunners' boss, a list that also includes Ricardo Calafiori ahead of his expected Premier League debut, but Oleksandr Zinchenko impressed in preseason and should be given the nod from the first whistle. Saturday's game will also mark David Raya's first competitive match since his permanent move from Brentford, while Thomas Partey is seemingly set to be given the nod in the number 6 position as Arsenal continue to work on the signing of Real Sociedad's Mikel Merino. Arteta and O'Neill can empathize when it comes to unavailable fullbacks, as Nelson Semedo's red card in the final game of last season, a 2-0 loss to Liverpool, means that the ex-Barcelona man is banned for the first 3 games of the new term. With Semedo suspended, Matt Doherty and new signing Pedro Lima will battle it out to start at the Emirates, where O'Neill expects all of Mateus Cunha hamstring, Mario Lemina thigh and Jurgen Strand Larsen groin to be available despite their niggles. However, Daniel Podence calf and Leon Chiwone ankle are still sidelined, while teenage winger Enzo Gonzalez suffered a devastating ACL injury while playing for Paraguay at the Olympics and is facing a lengthy recuperation period, joining luckless striker Sasa Kalajdzic in the Cruciates club. Arsenal possible starting lineup: Raya, White, Saliba, Gabriel, Zinchenko, Odegaard, Partey, Rice, Saka, Havertz, Martinelli. Wolverhampton Wanderers possible starting lineup: Sa, Doherty, Mascara, Toti, Aït-Nouri, Sarabia, Lamina, Gomez, Bellegarde, Cunha, Hwang. We say, Arsenal 2-0 Wolverhampton Wanderers. Neither of Arsenal's last two opening day wins over Crystal Palace or Nottingham Forest have been entirely convincing. But none of Arteta's squad, or even Arteta himself, had been born the last time that the hosts failed to score in a competitive game with Wolves. That club record streak of 33 should become 34 on Saturday afternoon, as Wolves were inconsistent in the second half of pre-season and should prove no match for an Arsenal unit boasting a fully fit attacking contingent. Thanks for your watching. Don't forget to click the subscribed button and hit the bell icon for more.